Now, since film production started in Louisiana more than a decade ago, the most successful movies produced here have been Pitch Perfect and its sequel, Pitch Perfect 2. Combined, those films have made more than $400 million worldwide.
The movies tell the story of the Barton University Bellas, a competitive a cappella team. And while the movie is fictional, sports anchor Fletcher Mackel tells us a cappella teams are very real. And Tulane University is one of the nation's best.
Like the main character, Becca in the movie Pitch Perfect, Ani Carlson felt a little bit overwhelmed when she arrived at Tulane University as a freshman.
I definitely was nervous coming into college about finding like a family or community because I am from DC, so it was really far from home.
But within days, Ani found her calling. Or better yet, she heard it calling out to her. Carlson is a member of Green Envy, Tulane University's famed a cappella team.
We probably have about 2 to 3 concerts at Tulane a semester. And then for Green Envy specifically, we do a bunch of gigs around the city.
17 men and women making music without instrumental accompaniment.
I'm really amazed at the talent in Green Envy.
All right, guys, so once I play the note, let's just try to be quiet.
Jake Sussman is the group's co-musical director.
It takes a lot of planning and a lot of thinking. You really have to think of every detail and managing those 17 people.
17 students who, unlike many of the athletes at Tulane, are not on scholarship. Green Envy exists because of the singers' passion and their powerhouse performances.
There are moments where we're tired and we don't necessarily want to be in rehearsal. There's like a lot going on, but people show up 100% of the time, and yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's worth it.
Green Envy released its first album last fall, and that's an extremely rewarding accomplishment for Talia Lipkin.
Lane, don't use vibrato, just sing it straight.
Because she's not only the group's president, but she's also a longtime fan.
I actually had an older brother who came to Tulane, so he was here before me, and he would always update me on Green Envy. I'd been stalking Green Envy on YouTube and Facebook for at least 6 months once I knew I was coming to Tulane.
And that sounds eerily similar to one of the storylines in the movie Pitch Perfect.
I saw you guys perform at Mall of America like 3 years ago. Totally changed my life. I have not stopped thinking about you since.
Speaking of the movies, what do the real-life a cappella singers think of them?
I think before, a lot of people knew, like quartets and that kind of thing, like barbershop quartets. Whoa. And they knew about a cappella, and I know a lot of musical theater people know about it. And now since the movie, I feel like it's a household genre.
So Green Envy is using the newfound popularity of a cappella to push arts education at various schools around New Orleans. And it's working.
We go to, a school assembly or something, and there's always some kids who don't necessarily think it's the coolest thing in the world to have an a cappella group come to their school. They might think that, it's maybe a waste of time. They'd rather be outside playing sports or something. And I totally get that because I've been there. And it's really awesome when you get those kids who maybe at first weren't super engaged, at the end coming up to you being like, wow, that was so cool. I didn't expect to love that.
I feel like my heart is stuck in bumper to bumper traffic.
And neither did Ani Carlson. But after 4 years in Green Envy, she couldn't imagine her life without a cappella.
This has been huge for me. I mean, this is probably my favorite thing that I've done at Tulane.
Now, unlike the Pitch Perfect movies, there are no collegiate a cappella tournaments, so Green Envy doesn't compete against other colleges and universities. It's also worth noting that it wasn't the Pitch Perfect movies that spawned Green Envy and other collegiate a cappella teams. In fact, it's just the opposite. Green Envy is celebrating its 25th anniversary this spring. Fletcher Mackel, WDSU News.
He's a regular Beethoven, And Tulane is quite the it university for a cappella. The school actually has 3 a cappella teams.